Previously from the Hood Blogger.
Said that he and his cousin, defendant Robert Merritt, firebombed the row house in Philly in 2004 on orders from Savage and his sister, Khadida Savage.
The truth is, I don't feel y'all niggas. I feel like Shaq. I should kill y'all niggas. I keep the P89 up in my lap. Representing North Philly, I got the P done in plat. Listen to me now. I take the cocaine, add a little propane. I don't play no hope games, all about the dope, man. It come back so good, the fiends burn their whole brain. They get the wiggling and shaking like on Soul Train. But this ain't Don Cornelius, I bomb the realest. No question how I ride, how I stand. 20 niggas with beards and choppers like the Taliban. Running around, scrambling, throwing bullets like Donovan. McNabb, click, clack, get back, or get your shit splat. All over the streets, I'm all over these beats. I'm like a beast all over you, freak. You want some more?
We can do it, my nigga.
I'm a real nigga, though.
Yo, this SV Twiz, the Hood Blogger. You already know how I carry it. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with the content, and shout out to all the new subs. But let's get into it. Today, we're going to talk about Gilly the Kid, King of Philly, however you want to acknowledge him. In February 2007, bro, I want to say this was probably around the time when the situation went left with the Cash Money label. I want to see that this is like around that time, like right after Gil went through it with Wayne and Baby and all of that. And even during the time when he was with Cash Money, Gil was one of those rappers where you would see him all through the city. You see him dolo, you know, he always moved the same way. Of course, obviously, he don't do it as recklessly now with him being older and, you know, definitely on a higher level in life, period. But back then, you was bound to bend a corner and see Gil. And one thing about Gil, he always had that same character. He wasn't just the type of guy that when you turn that camera on, he get in character mode. So I gotta give him his credit, you know what I'm saying? Cause when it's due at the end of the day, because I know it's been a lot of back and forths and stuff like that, things going on the internet where, you know, people was saying certain things and, you know, trying to make it look like Gil was some type of sucker or something. But, you know, I can definitely say that for a fact that's not the case. Because win, lose, or draw, Gil was always a stand-up guy. But like I said, February 07, Gil had got indicted. I know y'all probably heard Wallow making fun about it when Toot had also got locked up. And he was always joking with Gilly saying, you told on Toot, that's how you got out. But the thing is, this case is real crazy because he got caught with a lot of work. Not specifically, like they didn't catch him with it. Basically what happened was, and I'm gonna read the you know, the ad or whatever from the news, but basically what happened, you know, it was November before that February. So it was a few months just before February. It was a trap house in the same area where he was hustling at, allegedly, which was Oxford Circle. And Oxford Circle is not, you know, around his hood in the area. Is basically in the northeast part of Philly. So what happened was they was investigating, it was a coke crib, and they had ended up running in that coke crib where it was $6 million worth of coke in that crib. So at that time, when they ran in that crib, they watching the whole area. You know how they do when they be, you know, sitting and plotting. They was watching that whole area and they was seeing Gilly cutting through that area. And while they was conducting their investigation, they saw people giving Gilly bags, you know what I'm saying, allegedly work and stuff like that, duffel bags and stuff like that around this time. So I'm gonna get in the story, and then I'm gonna speak about basically what happened, and then what happened basically where he got the case dismissed. Philadelphia rapper Gilly the Kid was arrested on Tuesday, February 6th, and accused of running 2 drug stash houses in the Oxford Circle section of the city. The Philadelphia News reports that the rapper, whose real name is Nasir Fard, was apprehended along with 5 associates as they were leaving one of the locations in several luxury cars. The raid came after residents tipped off a joint team of FBI agents and local narcotic officers that the 2 houses were hotbeds of drug activity. The officers were in the neighborhood investigating a separate, unrelated stash house where $6 million worth of coke was seized in November. Investigators searched the properties and confiscated 89 pounds of grain of the marijuana worth over $404,000, according to narcotics captain Chris Werner. They were supplying numerous drug dealers all over the city, not just in the Northeast, Sergeant said. Robert Frill, Gilly, and the other 5 suspects were all charged with the conspiracy and possession narcotics with intent to deliver. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was Gilly and 5 other people. So it was Gilly, and then they had also ended up arresting 2 and 4 other guys. So I'm assuming that when they had them luxury, those foreigns outside lined up, Gil probably was in the car with 2 pulling away from that location where they had confiscated the gas. So remind you, it's a section of the city, so they know whoever got that work, that $6 million worth of Yola, they getting money. You dig what I'm saying? So that automatically drew attention to them because they saw them with them several foreigns lined up back to back. It's hard to say, but you really gotta be low key as possible. The more money you getting, the more low key you gotta be. You know what I'm saying? I know people that, allegedly been getting millions, but they keep it low key. You can't be out there pushing, Maseratis and Corvettes and all of that, knowing you trapping. Yeah, I mean, that's going easily. It ain't hard to put 2 and 2 together. Truthfully, one thing that I think that we always messed up in the streets, bro, is having that image, bro. If you moving around, and I'm not trying to give no advice, because the best advice is to stay out the streets. But if you is moving around and you getting that money, bro, square it up, bro. Geek it up. Put on some reading glasses. Some slacks, a button-up shirt, tuck it in. Have a Timex, you dig what I'm saying? A cup of coffee in that joint. Have some books in there, you dig what I'm saying? So you be right under their nose, you dig what I'm saying? Don't keep it, don't be all flashy. Stay away from the groups, move, and continuously switch them burnout jacks. But that's how, that's all I got to say about that. But at the end of the day, that's one of the things that make a lot of people, get tied up. But I remember it was a big joint. They like Gil got booked because around this time they had Gil and I want to say EA. They was doing the Marijuana High DVD, and this was like around the time when it was probably like a few years after like the Ness versus Hollow Man battle, but Gil was going through the city and he was co-signing basically all the young and upcoming hot young boys, you dig what I'm saying, from that DVD era. So Gil was really pulling up and showing love. He brought a lot of people up to the Come Up show, but he was in that mix, you dig what I'm saying, allegedly. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I know the Cash Money joint ain't work out, so it was like a space in between that. And one thing about Gil Gil always been getting bread. You dig what I'm saying? Like always. It was never really a time frame when he was off. You know what I'm saying? Definitely as far as being the thousandaire. I had saw Gil one time, not to get off topic, but I seen him down there near Stinger, you know, Sid Book or whatever you want to call it. You know, he was in the caddy, you know what I'm saying, by himself, music dumping. He dumping his own music, windows down, he rapping it. You know what I'm saying? Gil just got that type of energy, but you know, unfortunately, he had got locked up for that, and I think he sat for like 10 days. Now, this is what happened basically when the charges was dropped. A serious legal situation involving rapper Gilly the Kid has come to an end as drug charges against Philadelphia rapper was recently dropped. The case stemmed from an investigation and search authorities conducted on 2 houses on Passmore Street in Philadelphia. Now notice, at first they said it was Gilly and 5 associates. Now they're saying Gilly and 4 of his associates were arrested on February 6th. Like it says again, the case was stemmed from an investigation, and Gilly the Kid and 4 of his associates arrested on February 6, 2007 and charged with conspiracy and possessing narcotics with intent to deliver after more than 89 pounds of marijuana was found. He was released from prison on February 16th. The street value of the stash was reportedly worth an estimated $404,000 cash. Gilly the Kid's legal resolution comes as he signs a new deal with Koch Records. So I don't understand that. It's basically saying Gilly the Kid's legal resolution comes as he signs to a new deal with Koch Records. The recent signing halts months of rumors surrounding which the record label the rapper would call home. Gilly the Kid is currently working on his forthcoming album, Get It How You Live. The Figures for Life Entertainment and Koch Records release will feature the rapper working with a variety of producers, including Zukan, Jim Jones, Red Cafe, Hot Runner, Will Smith, Eve, Lil Kim, Fabulous, Ray J, Beanie Siegel, and Freeway. Gilly the Kid will take center stage on BET's Rap City today, March 17th. And you know that's pretty much it right there. Like they saying in this ad, you know, all the rumors of him having to do time and all of that. Now, you know how I see it is, I know you can be in the situation. So if he sat for 10 days, you know, when you get locked up out Philly, you know, if you say for instance you get taken to a district, like say he went to like the 35th district, normally how they do it is you sit in that joint, and within the next morning you would see the bail judge. Then you see when you see the bail judge, they'll let you know what your charges is, and then they'll tell you, like, you know what, your bail is this. Or some people get to go home on what's that called, R&R or whatever, when your case don't hold no bail. And then after you see that bail judge, you get a phone call at the district, and then you just waiting for that paddy wagon to come pick you up and take you up CF. So I'm just trying to understand probably what happened for him to get out within that time frame. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Most likely out of everybody that got booked, they obviously made a mistake where as far as they didn't have it probably was like an illegal search and seizure where they was originally investigating that coke crib, but they shouldn't have been paying attention to Gil and them. They probably didn't have probable causes, unless out of the 4 people that he got locked up with, somebody probably, you know, bit the case. You know what I mean? Somebody probably bit the case, and who knows, they said they found all those pounds inside the crib, but it wasn't in Gil possession. So it's like, you know, he might have came out the crib, was walking, but he was with other people in their cars and they just drove off, you know, and they basically tried depending on him. I know that, you know, normally like you can get a case thrown out in preliminary on like lack of evidence, lack of prosecution. But I want to say it might be definitely probably within 10 to 15 days for your first preliminary hearing. You know, it's just different. I guess it's different time frames, because around that time I had went in right at the around the end of 07, and I'm trying to remember offhand, but you know, I guess it's different dates for different people. But you know, he ended up getting off of that case. The charges obviously didn't stick, and at the same time, money talk. You know, money talk, bro. Depending on your situation. Now, if you going to the feds, now that's a whole different story than going to the state. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you got a state charge, depending on who your lawyer is, they know what courtroom you going in. You know what I mean? And they already know. Once they find out what courtroom you in, they kind of know what they can do, because they know what relationship they got with certain judges, and they know what kind of loopholes can be in your case to beat it. But it wasn't a 100% information on what those charges got dismissed on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just assuming somebody else bit the case or whatever. But he sat for 10 days, you know, and you know, that was that. Then he came home and got to it, did the music, John, next, you know what I'm saying? So who knows? He also had a lot of support from people like Will Smith and, you know, other signed artists as well. So, you know, I'm still I'll do more research and I'll do a part 2 on it. But, you know, Gil was definitely arrested, and, you know, that's basically what had happened. You dig what I'm saying? Toot was arrested too. And like I said, we always heard Wallow joke about it. Gil might have got out a day before Toot. Who knows? You dig what I'm saying? Because he was always saying, Gil, you got out before Toot, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm going to do my research. Anybody got any info about it, y'all could DM me, man, at SB and any more other requests as far as stories, you know, let me know. Shout out to Richard Island. I've been getting, you know, a few people reaching out to me from Richard Island. They want me to, you know what I'm saying, cover those projects and everything. Yeah, I mean, their legendary stories and all of that. But we going, you know, we touching all parts of the city, man. It's SB the Hood blogger, man. Everybody stay safe. You already know how I carry it.